Hello, sir. Hello.
Sir? Hello. Hello, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
There aren't any partial marks for questions, like if you get some of the answers.
That stupid program doesn't allow any. I sent you a link a long time ago about people complaining about features that they asked for which have not been implemented. This is one of them. It doesn't have that. So 2 marks if you get, suppose it has two possible answers and you get one of them right.
Okay.
Yeah, it gives you 0. Sorry about that, but um, yeah, tough. I mean, which is why even though this stuff is meant for 5 marks, I give you a quiz with, I mean, multiple questions. So even if you, I mean, just to make it even lower stakes than what one can do. That's about the best that I can do with the current system.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, people are still submitting. So I saw the most recent submission about a minute ago.
People.
Sure. So you
Okay,
kept the
one at a
submission.
time. One at a time. Yeah, go on. If
You
you
kept
raise
the
your hand, I can ask you to speak. Otherwise, you coordinate among yourselves. Yeah, go on.
So you set the submission deadline for 9:57. So
That's correct.
it stopped accepting responses at 9:57. So maybe if you set it at 9:58 next time or 9:59, then
Okay. I mean, do you see the slippery slope of this argument? Okay. So just set the alarm and submit immediately. Whatever you have. That's the only thing I can suggest. If you wish, I can put the. I mean, suppose we have a mix of 2 mark and then 1 mark questions. I can put 2 mark questions at the beginning. Option I have. Just to help the process along. Okay.
Just submit 1 minute before the deadline, then this does not arise.
Yeah, because clocks are also different. I mean, the best thing is to set some sort of a stopwatch for 10 minutes and then ask it to give you a warning and submit immediately. I mean, why take it all the way to the extreme and see? I happen to be here at the time and I could change things. But suppose I give you a quiz at in some odd time and ask you to take it, then what happens? You completely lose everything. So we'll do it. We'll continue to do it during the class hour so that at least some sort of intervention like today could happen. But I mean, maybe if you all agree, I can say for every minute of delay, I can set it as an open quiz. But every minute of delay will cost you something. I mean, that's one way of doing it. I cannot make it an open-ended sort of duration.
So the next time, let's not conduct it on Teams because then, I mean, the
What do
same
you want me
problem.
to do? What do you want me to do? This is not Teams. This is Microsoft Forms. I give you a link.
I think that is a bad idea.
It actually takes you out of Teams. I don't know why you're taking it in Teams. I gave you a link. Just copy paste that link into a browser and do it. Or
even if you click on the link, it takes you to a browser.
It must take you to a browser. I mean, when I tested it with using the preview mode, it took me to a browser. So you're out of Teams in the test.
Sir, one more thing, sir. I think 8 questions in 12 minutes seems a bit too much because there's a lot of visualization that has to go on here.
I agree, but
so trying to visualize eight structures in 12 minutes is not very easy.
I agree. So I mean, do the best you can in those 12 minutes.
Sure.
As we move along, I mean, questions will lose the geometric feature, and there will be more and more of some algebra, some memory-based questions, and so on. Those things will come, and one of the things that is expected in crystallography is some quick intuition. This is not memorization, but when people say FCC, you should be able to visualize it, and immediately a whole bunch of questions would follow. And you should be able to answer those things without really relying on memory. If you wish, you can memorize it. But FCC means close packed structure. Close packed means the coordination number is 12, and it has tetrahedral voids, octahedral voids, and how many of each exists, and so on. But anyway, so I have one other. Rashi Jindal.
So the point is that not everybody has such good geometric abilities. Some people are not having
good geometry. This is not geometry. I mean, you just keep visualizing it for some time. I'm not asking you to visualize it at the exam. That is the point that I'm trying to make. But don't worry, as we move along, there will be other types of questions that you will get a chance to answer. And if I mean, as I see it, the average is not bad. It's close to 7. All right, out of 10, by the way. And I would take that as a pretty solid average. So it wasn't that horrible.
Sir, I just had a small suggestion. Like with respect to the figures, can you put it on the forms also? Like you're sending the PDF, but if you could put it on the forms, it will be a little more convenient.
I agree, Rashi, because the forms also allows me to actually put a figure there. And last time somebody complained that they are unable to see the figure when they are doing it using their mobile. And I thought we agreed that I would send you a file in advance. But since you mentioned this, in the next round, if I'm using a figure, it will be there in the forms and it will also be sent. You will also have access to it as a file.
Okay, thanks a lot, sir.
All right, yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, will do. And I have Ambarish Malik.
Yes, sir. One little thing that is, don't make the and questions compulsory. So what happened for me is that I skipped one question and so tried to submit. Then it totally got blanked out. Like then I had to check all those questions once again and then do them.
I mean, would you really want this? Would all of you want this?
Only issue would be that you could accidentally click submit and if you're answering the last
if there's no negative marking, I think it's fine because
there is no negative marking.
I mean, then they can just randomly choose an option. So I think it's fine to just leave it as it is. Yeah,
I think I made this very clear to you. I'm not here to pain you. There is no negative marking. I mean, we are already going through a pretty painful experience. This is something that I don't like either, but we'll make it. I mean, you tell me about the problems that you faced during the exam, and we will try to address them. I'm sure we'll discover new ways of, experiencing pain, but at least we'll avoid the ones that we have already seen. Okay, I mean, so far one concrete suggestion has emerged. One is, that is to add the figure like I did in one of the trial quizzes and send you a file about 5 minutes before the quiz. I will do that. That is one concrete suggestion. Look, as somebody suggested, if I make the questions non-required, non-mandatory, you face the problem of clicking submit and that's the end of that. Do you want that? You probably don't.
I would personally, I would prefer it as it is because.
I'm okay. You are one. If I have a large number of you saying so, I will be happy to implement it. This is just
no. I prefer it as it is.
You'll prefer it as it is. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Don't get into a situation where by mistake something gets submitted and you are unhappy about it. That's not a great thing.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Anubhav Goswami.
Yes, sir. My friend Shukriyo, he actually could not access the quiz at 9:45. His network went off around 9:40.
Okay. Let him send a mail. We will do a makeup later.
Okay, so actually he can't speak right now because of his network. Let me complete.
That's fine. We have already decided. At least this problem was mentioned right at the beginning. If people have difficulty with their network, let them file a complaint. I will note it down and I will collect all these guys. Presumably, different people will have this kind of a problem at different times. We will do a makeup towards the end.
Okay.
But it will not be a makeup in crystallography. It will be a makeup of some kind for all the people who faced this sort of a problem. We'll worry about it later. Don't worry. I will ensure that he doesn't feel discriminated against. That's all I can say. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I interrupted you. You were about to say something. Go on.
Yes, sir. Actually, he could not access it at 9:45. He kept refreshing and it finally loaded at 9:50. He could not access it at 9:45. He could finally access it at 9. That is 2 minutes before the thing. So he just submitted something.
No issues. Let him at least file a complaint since you mentioned it. I will ensure that he gets into this pile of students who will need a makeup exam.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. And so one last thing. One of my friends was suggesting, I don't know how feasible it would be for you.
Yeah.
That is, could you while the quiz is going on, present the figures on Teams. That would, because one of my friends could not download the PDF file today.
Okay, let him put in that note as well. I will, the next time around, it will get sorted out. Let him put in a complaint saying that he could not access the figures, and I will also give him a makeup exam at the end of the semester.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Who's this friend of yours? What's his name?
Sir, Aditya, he could not download the figures. I don't know if he got access at the end of, by
okay, I mean,
asking
we'll
someone
take
else.
It up.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, this is what I would suggest to everybody. I have about 70 odd students are still in the class. So please spread the message through your own messaging network. So if you faced a problem that somehow made it impossible for you to do the quiz the proper way, which is be available for all 12 minutes and so on, put in your complaint and I will note it down. I will, if you ended up submitting it because you felt pressured, that's okay. I mean, we'll do a makeup test. But I can only do so many makeup tests. I cannot keep giving one after another. So at some point we'll have to decide, okay, this is it. And all said and done, I mean, we are still doing, excuse me, some 6 out of so many that we are going to do. Okay. So if you miss one, I mean, it's not a calamity. At the end of this thing, you tell me whether you still want the makeup test or not. We'll do it. Yeah. Any other concrete suggestions? I mean, this is right now. I have one, and that I will implement from the next one onwards. And I see one. Yeah. Dev Burma. How do you pronounce your first name?
Yes, Irish, sir.
Irish. Okay. Irish Dev Burma. Yeah, please.
Sir, so regarding the multiple correct questions, is there any way you could like mark them if somebody, like suppose 3 of them are correct? Can you, and somebody just takes one?
I understand. This question came up even earlier, and this forms does not have that possibility. I'm sorry about this.
Okay.
But yeah, it requires some manual intervention, and manual intervention for 120 students at this stage is not such a great idea.
Okay. And so one thing,
yeah.
When are we going to get our assignments? Like,
what assignments?
So like before quiz, if we had some kind of assignment, it would be.
I did send one last week. It's basically Christopher chapter.
Yes, sir.
I mean, whatever we are doing and what we are going to do tomorrow as well. By the way, this is something that we'll do one tomorrow, and I understand that you all have a midsem week next week.
Yes, sir.
And during that time, I presume you normally do not have classes.
In current scenario, I don't know, but usually no.
Okay, I'll wait. Yeah, I'll wait for instructions from the UG dean, and I will follow her advice. All right. Yeah. But in the meantime, if there are no classes, we will be given a certain time for a quiz. I mean, our midterm exam, and well, during that time, I'll run 2 quizzes. And since everything is so early and the amount of stuff that we have covered is so little, you should be. It's actually in a way good for you. But I will run at least 1 quiz. 1 quiz or 2 quiz, that is something for you to decide. But I'll definitely run 1 quiz. Again, 10 marks, about 12 minutes. Yeah, Irish, you still want to say something?
No, sir.
Okay, there is Daksh. Yeah.
Yeah, sir. So I wanted to ask about the frequency of the quizzes. So it's going to be like weekly, fortnightly, or what?
Okay, originally we said every Tuesday, and obviously we haven't had any so far, except for a couple of trial quizzes. So going forward, post midterm, we will do one every Tuesday until our quota of 10 gets done. So by the end of the midsem week, we will have finished. Okay, 2 this week and 1.
I'm sorry, sir. I got disconnected. Could you repeat? I got disconnected.
Yeah. So post midsem, we will do one every Tuesday.
All right. Sir. Okay.
By the end of midsem, we will have completed 3 such quizzes.
So tomorrow we have a quiz at the same time, right?
Yeah. So that is the other thing that I mean, I need your suggestion on. If this time works out okay, we will do one at this time. Otherwise, if you would prefer it to be at the end of the class, that's also fine. Like 10 past 10 or something.
I personally think this time is ideal. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
and especially if people have doubts, we can ask after also.
Yeah, so far we have been talking only about the mechanics of the quiz rather than the quiz questions themselves. Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah.
Can I ask something about the quiz?
Yeah, please do.
I think someone else had a question.
Is this Sai?
I guess Anahita, yeah, she can go first.
Yeah, Sai, Anahita, yeah.
Sir, you had mentioned that for the midsem and for the endsem, you would give us something like we had to write out an essay or a project or something.
That is not what we decided. We did say that there will be 2 term projects, and we have to talk about that also.
So
we'll do
what will the midsems be like then?
Another quiz. That's it.
Another quiz. All right.
Yeah, and we'll do it Tuesday. I mean, it appears to me that we will have regular classes even during the midsem week, unless the UG Dean tells us otherwise. Okay, so either way, it doesn't matter. So we will have one quiz during the midsem week.
So the midsem quiz have less time constraint?
No, it'll have exactly the same constraint. It's exactly the same kind of quiz. It's not a special kind of quiz. Don't worry.
So we won't get extra time in the midsem quiz?
No, that's it.
It'll still be this constraint.
Because that is the policy that we adopted. That is, there will be so many quizzes, and I take the 6 best out of them. Yeah, Sai Anahita is done. Himanshu.
So actually, I was not present when you said about the how many quizzes you are going to consider or something like.
Okay.
Can you repeat?
6 best is what we are going to consider, and originally our idea was to take it all the way up to 10 quizzes, and I pick 6 out of them. But by the time we get to 8 or 9, if you're all happy with taking the 6 best out of them, I mean, who am I to complain? So minimum 6, maximum 10. Yeah, Anubhav.
Yes, I might be wrong, but I think it was question number 6. Which of the following planes is
shuffle? Oh, so you'll have to tell me. Okay, you'll have to tell me what the question.
No, I just figured it out. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
I just read it over.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I had to go through multiple iterations just to make sure that it all worked out. So, I mean, hopefully there are no errors. I don't know. I'll look at the answers, and if something seems off. By the way, I mean, as of now, I'm looking at the average here. It gives me a quick average right away. It is about 6.5, and I have 109 responses, which means that some 10 people have not taken this quiz. Okay, look, I can make the end time sort of open, but I do insist that you submit it before the deadline, which is 12 minutes from the start of this. And I'm willing to accept your answers for 3 more minutes, but I mean, you lose some points. That's about the only way in which I can handle this. Is that acceptable? If you would like me to do that, I will do that. I will keep it open endlessly, but at some point I'll have to close it. Well, you will also have to close it because you have another class afterwards. But yeah. What is a fair penalty for every minute of delay?
0.75.
Wow, that is seriously precise. Okay, out of 10 marks, how about 1 mark for each minute? And
that's not fair because
I'm giving you just 3 extra minutes. So
okay. Yeah, someone who would
anything beyond that you get 0. Okay. If you
so it would be for 10 minutes, and then we'd have 3 minutes extra, right?
No, 12 minutes and 3 minutes.
Okay, cool.
I mean, yeah. And beyond 15 minutes, I'm not even accepting anything. see, there is a timestamp. I have to look at the Excel file to see what has really happened. I think it notes the time of submission, and anything beyond 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Yeah, anything beyond 15 minutes, I say 0.
Sir.
Yep.
When you say for a minute, you will cut a mark at each. Is it like after the end of a minute or the beginning of the minute?
Beginning of the minute. You guys are all very, very clever. So 12.01, you lose 1 point. Hey, let's not haggle over this. All right. I mean, it is in your interest to submit the damn thing at the end of 10 minutes.
No, so we're just confirming to know.
Don't doubt. Yeah. So yeah, 12.01, you lose 1 point, 13.01, you lose 1 more, and 14.01, you lose 1 more, and 15.01, you get 0. Anything else? I mean, this all requires some programming practice on my part. I have to delve into this stupid Excel file and then figure out who submitted when, and write a program to figure out who gets what. But that's on me. So I'll have to figure those things out. That's why I'm saying please submit it in time. Set an alarm at 10 minutes and submit it immediately. Don't agonize over things. I mean, okay, we are almost at 10. Okay, 25 past 10. Yeah, any more questions? Yeah, Chandan.
Sir, are you gonna apply the penalty scheme in this quiz?
No.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you.
This is a quiz in which we discovered it. Well, actually not correct. It's a problem that we discovered back in the first trial quiz, which is why we added 2 minutes. And I mean.
So one more thing, sir.
Yeah,
I have one more on the quiz. I think you have the thing where you have given which one the following direction is equal to 1, 1, 2. So it's given B and D, but then in figure 1, it wasn't very clear. So B looks like it is 1. It looks like it is 0, 1, 1.
It is. I mean,
if you look at it, the photo is not very clear. So it looks like it is on the YZ plane. B looks like it is on the YZ plane in the photo. I mean, I got the answer. Right, but
half comma half.
It says half comma half. It's
not
specific.
Okay, where does it take you?
Because
Where does it take you? It is half, 1 half. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm just asking you to look at it and then decide. I don't think the figure is that unclear.
No, it's not half comma half. Then it could be 1, 1. It looks more like 1, 1, 0 than 1, 1, 2.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with it because you felt that there was a problem and you felt there was a problem. I'm not going to argue with it. All I can say is that I made a good faith effort to ensure that the figures were rendered properly.
So I'm just asking if you can put like the coordinates for them. So it's easy. If you put the coordinates for each point, it'll be easier for us to.
These are all from Callister. These are all from Callister.
There's so many diagrams, you can't remember all of them. So it's easier if you put like the coordinates there. If you put like the coordinates, all 3 coordinates, it'll be easier for us to know where the arrow is pointing.
Okay, all that I can say is that I'm looking at figure 1 now. B starts from the origin and it goes to one particular location on the opposite face, one face. Okay, there it says half and half. And D seems to be going from the middle of one edge and goes to the middle of another edge on the opposite face. And so, I mean, it's not particularly unclear to me, but if you had some difficulty, I mean, I'm sorry about that, but I am unwilling to accept that there was really a problem with the figure. The figure looks reasonably okay. I mean, I can sort of say that, yeah, if I added some more coordinates all over the place, It only clutters up this business, this figure. Okay, any other questions? Since I got out of Teams, I don't know who else has. Okay, I don't see any other hands up. So, and we still have about 60 students. Don't you have another class to go to?
I have a next class at 11. So like 10:30 to 11 is a break.
Oh, okay. So if you want me to stick around, I can. But yeah, but I don't see any further questions either. So.
I had a question regarding the BCC diffraction pattern thing.
Right.
Other than the H plus K plus L is equal to even thing, is there any other way we can do it? Or is that the only way we can do it?
In the class, I did mention this, and it is probably there in one of the videos as well. So if you draw the BCC stuff, if you draw 1, 0 planes in BCC,
yeah,
right, then you realize that it misses a plane which is exactly halfway between.
Okay.
So if 1, 0, 0 is producing constructive interference, this thing in the middle, exactly halfway between, will kill it.
I got it. Okay.
Right. This was mentioned in the class. So, I mean,
I remember.
Remember. I mean, one has to do this. That H plus K plus L equals even, etc. It comes from fairly deep theory based on Fourier transform.
Okay.
Okay. What we discussed in class works. It's only a hand waving argument, but it works. The result that you will get. Yeah. If you go through this thing for many possibilities, you realize that there is this pattern, and that pattern is H plus K plus L should be even.
Okay.
Right. Same with 1, 1, 0. Sorry, not 1, 1, 0. 1, 1, 0 works out okay. What is the third one? 1, 1, 1. That's a little bit difficult to visualize, but if you draw
it misses the body center.
Yeah, 2 consecutive 1, 1, 1 planes, it misses the body center.
Okay, got it.
Okay, therefore it should be 2, 2, 2, and so on and so forth. So it requires you to actually draw something. You can try the same thing with FCC as well.
Okay.
And you'll realize that that rule where HKL should be all odd or all even, you will be able to arrive at that conclusion by sort of something like induction. That is taking multiple cases and sort of generalizing, overgeneralizing what you see.
Okay.
Okay. But if you do Fourier transform type analysis, it falls out of your equations rather nicely. But we are not here to learn Fourier transforms.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, Fourier transforms are also done typically in a higher level course or maybe even in a grad level course. If some of you are interested, maybe we can do something outside of the class on that. So, but that's up to you.
Sir,
yeah.
Sir, is XRD possible in base-centered lattices and primitive lattices?
Yeah, base-centered primitive lattices, everything is possible, right? All the possible HKL values will give you something.
Okay.
Will give you diffraction. Whether the diffraction spot appears within your equipment, because you remember you cannot have anything over theta values of over 180 because it's outside of the machine.
Yes, sir.
We have already seen that, right?
Yes, sir.
In other words, as you increase the lambda, then your theta values keep moving up. And it may be such that within 180, I mean, within a value of 2 theta of 180, that is theta of 90, you may get just 1 or 2 peaks. But by the same token, if you decrease the wavelength, you will get more and more peaks packed into 2 theta going from 0 to 180.
And sir,
so your question, finally coming to your question, primitive, all possible values of HKL, all possible combinations of HKL will give you proper diffraction.
And sir, in base-centered?
Yeah, so base-centered, just as we arrived at this rule, well, try making some drawings on a base-centered lattice and then figure out what the rule there should be.
Okay.
You'll realize that at least C axis, which is the special axis, That is, the AB plane is the one that has a dot at the center, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you do that, I mean, you will find that the L value can be anything. All possible values of L would be fine, but you will have a restriction on H and K.
Okay.
I can give you the punchline, but I will ask you to go through this. Then it's a 2D problem, and 2D problem is basically one of the centered rectangle. So in the centered rectangle, I mean, we arrived at a conclusion.
Yes.
Arrive at it. So
yes.
Yeah. Any other questions? All right, good. So we are down to about 35 students. So shall we end it here? All right, great. So I'll say goodbye. This quiz turned out not to be such a disaster that I was fearing. So I'm glad at that level. Okay, I'll see you all tomorrow. And tomorrow again, we'll start with the quiz, and we will have a session at 10 like today. Bye then.